Recently, Lionel Messi has confessed that the World Cup in Qatar will be his last one. This means that is the last chance for the Argentine to win the main trophy in the world of football. In this video, we're going to tell you about other star veterans for whom this World Cup will most likely be the last one in their careers. So let's begin. But first, try to answer our question. Who is the top scorer among European national teams after Cristiano Ronaldo? Klose, Müller, Puskás. Gareth Bale, Wales. Last summer, the Welshman declared the end of his top-level career by leaving Real Madrid and moving to the United States. Many pundits do not take Gareth as a serious footballer, but they forget that in the national team he turns into a real monster. Wales, Golf, Madrid, in that order. A couple of years ago, Bale drove Los Blancos fans mad with such a banner, but the fact is he has always given all he has while playing for the national team rather than club. Gareth is 33. And this is going to be his first and last World Cup, and not only because of his age, but also the weakness of his national team. The last time Wales made it into the World Cup was in 1958, and it's not clear when they'll be able to do it again. Here's what Bale says on this matter. I want to keep playing. People ask stupid questions all the time. I love playing for Wales. I will play for Wales until the day I stop playing football. We have to take this experience to the World Cup qualification. Sergio Busquets, Spain. When young Busquets just appeared in the national team, pundits didn't understand why Vicente del Bosque would use this tall midfielder who didn't make assists and was almost invisible for ordinary spectators. At the same time, masters like Mota, Fabregas and Cazorla were left on the bench. But time put things in their places. In 34, Busquets is a first-11 player, and the game in the midfield is built around him. The Barca captain hasn't yet declared that this World Cup is the last one for him, but there are more and more rumors about him planning to end his career behind the ocean. If he can make it into the next Euro is a big question. As of right now, 38-year-old Sergio would hardly be useful to the national team in 4 years. Here's what he says on this matter. I am the same, the one from Barcelona and the national team. Sometimes it exaggerates a bit depending on the atmosphere of the national team. There are many circumstances. No two teams are the same. That can also influence. I always try to do my best and help my colleagues. That they value me more or less does not depend on me. Most probably, this will be the last World Cup for another Barca legend, Jordi Alba, who has surprisingly been benched this year. Alba is 33 already. He's losing his pace and Jose Gaya is pushing him out of the national team. So it is doubtful if Jordi arrives to the World Cup as a first-team player. Thiago Silva, Brazil. The Chelsea defender is not an ordinary Brazilian. He showed his best game after 30. And at 38, he is a first-choice player for the Blues and the national team. In the last matches, Tite played him and Marquinhos in a duo, so it's possible Thiago will wear the captain's armband in the World Cup. He said he wanted to play at least till he's 40, just like his idol Maldini, so we won't be surprised if we see 42-year-old Silva in the World Cup 2026. My aim is to play until I'm 40 years old. The main goal is to prepare well and bring the World Cup back to Brazil. Ángel Di María, Argentina. Alongside Messi, Ángel Di María will most probably leave the Argentina national team. At 34, he is still one of the most technical and creative footballers in the world, but age takes it all. Ángel has often been under Messi's shade, but in fact during the last decade he was one of the brightest albiceleste players. Just remember his goal against France in the World Cup or the winner in the Copa America 2021 final. Pundits think that the World Cup 2014 would have been more successful for Argentina if Di María had not missed it because of an injury. Ángel is injured right now, and it seems he won't be able to recover before the beginning of the World Cup in Qatar, but Messi hopes he will. I hope Di María and Dybala recover. They have plenty of time to get well for the World Cup. Hopefully we can all get there in good health. Lionel Messi, Argentina. Naturally, we cannot help but speak about the Argentine. Messi's team has already played their opening match in the World Cup, but they did it in the worst possible way. The loss suffered by Saudi Arabia is one of the sensations of the Qatar World Cup. Argentina rejected their 4-3-3 formation and used a hyper-attacking 4-2-3-1. The Saudis caught their star opponents into offside traps easily and in the beginning of the second half scored 2 goals in a row. This match showed that even with a 3.5 years winning streak and with one of the best players on the planet in your squad, you cannot guarantee anything in the World Cup. And Argentina is considered one of the favorites of the tournament. Of course, Albiceleste receives a lot of attention because of one question: can Lionel Messi win a World Cup to catch up with Diego Maradona? After the defeat from Saudi Arabia, the chances have decreased. However, Spain lost their first match in the World Cup 2010, but eventually they won the title. If Messi wants to work magic in Qatar, it's pretty much time for it. Eden Hazard, Belgium. After his departure from Chelsea, Hazard's career is going downhill. Endless injuries didn't allow him even to fight for a place in the starting lineup of Real Madrid. Now the rumor has it that the club is going to terminate Eden's contract this summer. A bad ending for the career of a big footballer who was expected to become as great as Messi, with even bigger sports talent. Rome's sporting regime did not allow Hazard to find his momentum, and at 31, he's about to retire somewhere out of Europe. But he's going to the World Cup for sure and will try to make some final noise on an international arena. For many years, the Belgian golden generation was predicted to win a big trophy, but they haven't managed to do that yet. And for Hazard, this is going to be the last chance. If the injuries continue, I won't play until I'm 35. You need to have fun. The older you get, the more fun you have to have, right? This is what I need. I will always be in football, but maybe not at a professional level. Manuel Neuer, Germany. Few would remember that before the World Cup 2010, Joachim Löw was choosing between Neuer and René Adler from Bayer Leverkusen. Today it sounds funny. Adler ended his career ingloriously at 34, and Manuel has changed the goalkeeper's profession and is still #1 in the national team. And obviously it annoys Marc-André ter Stegen. Most probably Neuer is going to be first choice keeper in the World Cup too, but unfortunately this tournament is going to be the last one for him. I don't have the target for 2024 and beyond to play in goal for the German national team. I've always said that for as long as I can help and as long as I feel good, remain needed and have fun, I want to be involved. I'm really happy to be here with the national team. It's still a great honor for me, even though I've been here many years and played many games. I'm happy to be part of the squad. For as long as that remains the case, I want to keep playing. For that to happen, of course, my performance has to match up. It's important that Germany plays better than in 2018. There's only one goal for me: win the World Cup. Actually, Neuer will put an end to the golden generation of German players who won the title in 2014. Today, besides Neuer, there's only Marco Reus and Thomas Tuchel left in the squad. Both of them are 33, and most probably for them the World Cup in Qatar will also be the last one. Get ready to say farewell to the champions. Luis Suarez, Uruguay. Once the attack of the Uruguay national team used to be one of the most powerful in the world. At first, Diego Forlán was rocking there. Then there were Luis Suarez and Edinson Cavani. But time flies, and their time has come to an end. Suarez is 35 now. He plays and scores regularly in the Uruguayan Premier League for Nacional. After his departure from Barcelona, he's been declining, so we shouldn't be expecting any miracles from him in Qatar. Obviously, this is going to be El Pistolero's last large international tournament. I want to get a chance to play in the World Cup in Qatar and retire from the national team. First of all, because of my age, and secondly, to give way to younger players. They need to get a chance in the national team. When time comes, we have to make difficult decisions, no matter how hard it is. Alongside Suarez, Edinson Cavani will most probably leave the national team. He has recently signed a contract with Valencia, so we are likely to see Matado's goals in Europe. Hardly these two are going to surprise us with a huge load of goals, but nevertheless, Suarez and Cavani are two best strikers in the history of their national team. And this is something you can't argue with. Robert Lewandowski, Poland. The World Cup in Russia was the first one in Lewandowski's career. The Qatar tournament is going to be his second and most probably the last one. The irony is that by 34, one of the best forwards in the history of football has never scored in a World Cup. It's time to change this, but let's not hurry. A few years ago, Lewandowski confessed he wanted to play until he's 38, so maybe we'll see him in the World Cup 2026. Hardly there'll be a better forward in Poland by that time. And Robert follows his diet and training, so it's quite possible for him to stay in football until the next World Cup, even if not on a professional level. Polish never lose faith and always support their national team, but at the same time they demand a lot from the team. We're ready for it. There was and there will be pressure, but we know how to handle it. We just put it behind us. We want to show our best game in the tournament. I want to help team with my individual actions and goals. We want to go as far as possible, and I know my targets. Luka Modric, Croatia. In the World Cup in Russia, 31-year-old Modric was the oldest player in the Croatian national team after the goalkeeper Daniel Subasic. It's been 4 years already. Many younger heroes of that tournament are long gone, for example Rakitic and Mandzukic, but Luka is still the main star and the captain of the national team. The same will be in the World Cup in Qatar. It's hard to imagine the Croatian midfield without Modric and Brozovic, and the 36-year-old midfielder is in great form. There were rumors that Modric has retired after Euro 2020, but Luka decided to play as long as he can. However, the former physio of the Croatian national team said that Modric can play up to Euro 2024 and retire after that tournament, so the next World Cup is surely the last one for Luka. Cristiano Ronaldo, Portugal. Those fans who saw Ronaldo and Messi as kids cannot believe that the era of these two football geniuses is officially coming to an end. Leo has already declared that this World Cup is going to be his last one. Cristiano is still silent on that matter, so we can't say for sure. But to be frank, Ronaldo is 37, he's out of the Man United starting lineup and by the end of this season may move to the United States. Of course, Krish will perform in the World Cup 2026 as a living legend if he wants so, but it's too soon to look into the future. I've started noticing people asking the same question. I'm the one to make decisions on my future. If I want to keep playing, I will be playing. I'm the boss, that's it. Only I can feel that I can't run, dribble and shoot anymore, that I'm out of strength. But now I have it all, that's why I want to keep playing. I'm motivated. Ronaldo has already become the top scorer in the history of national teams, but in Qatar, he can set a unique record, becoming a footballer that scored in 5 World Cups. Looking forward to it, legend!